Now show season is quickly approaching, and as it is close to being here, we decided it was time to match these black half doors that I picked up last year to the high velocity that my Jeep has. Now the cool thing about doing this is that there's really not much content about pulling these apart, and I know if you guys are searching for them on the forums, if you're looking on Facebook, it's pretty hard to find the exact color, and in my case, high velocity, they didn't even let you add these as an option. So these are going to be a one of one, and we decided that we were going to take them apart, get them professionally color matched, and have them perfectly matching the Jeep. First 4 screws are just beauty Allen head caps, so we'll get this trim. That would be actually neat to color match those too. Maybe we'll color match all the things. But those will pop off. And then underneath here, I believe this is a 7mm, just a little bolt. But what we're gonna do, here's a little trick that I've been doing over the years, is we're gonna just grab a Ziploc or a parts bag. This one's nice because it has a little section that you can write on. And we're gonna put all the hardware in there just like that as we pull it off. And then I'll label up here, front passenger door, and we'll have all the hardware in one spot. Same with the weather strip seals. I wanna keep everything with it. So actually a good spot when I pull these panels off, I might just tuck it in there like that. Once you have them off, a 7mm socket will pull the screws that hold the strap. So we're gonna keep that hardware in our parts bag. So that'll just pop right off. This would be kind of neat to custom make too. So the first thing we had to do was remove that strap and those 2 pieces because it's holding on and connecting to the trim panel. There are also some screws along the bottom that we're gonna remove too, but the next thing I wanna do is pull off the mirror so we can lay this flat. You're just gonna grab a T40 Torx, and there's 3 right here. So we'll go ahead and pull these off. This is just like a standard mirror in a JL. So pretty long screws though. So we're gonna set these in our hardware bag. Whole reason we're actually doing this entire process for stripping them down is because it'll save us a lot on the paint cost. So imagine if you had to pay an auto body guy to sit here and do this for every door, it would take quite some time. And I'm not sure if there's any instructions online on how to completely remove this. So what I'm doing is holding the door up also because it's wanting to fall. There you go. Now the mirror is disconnected, and ours do have the blind spot, proximity, everything, so we're definitely going to set these in a safe spot. But there you go, that's disconnected, so now they can paint all underneath there. That's the whole purpose of doing all this, so they can paint underneath. With that being said, maybe we can pull off the broken door handle too. What do you think, Rye?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Here, let's do it while we have it up like this. So let's sit down and have a little mat of dirt road cred talk. We got, what did we get? Dad and I got back like the weekend before picking these up, and we were out wheeling, and Ryan was slip, almost workman's comp injury, doing his job, and he grabbed a hold of this when it came down, and so let's just say it's kind of broken now.
It's either that or a lawsuit.
So yeah, kind of choicey there, either this or a lawsuit. So there's normally a screw that comes in through this side to hold this down, but yeah, this one kind of just pops out. So we'll also fix that. But there you can see the handle gets removed also. I'm gonna try and hold the whole door. There you go. So that's all you have to do to get the handle removed. So that's pulled off there. The mirror's off. And I'm just gonna kind of tuck that right in there, and hopefully, yeah, that goes back pretty far, so that'll be fun to remove. But now let's lay this door back down. We have everything off the front. We just debated pulling these off, but I think I'm gonna let the hinges on just because they already are all aligned, and we're just gonna paint over those and leave the threads kind of exposed. So we can tuck that in there, and we can lay this door down and get the interior panels off. All right, guys, so we're back here. We actually lost some power in this mic, so we got it all fixed up. We did the rear door off camera just so I could get some tips and tricks for doing the front. The next thing that we want to do, so we got the mirror removed, got a lot removed on this side. We're going to pull the 2 T20 Torx bits off of the bottom of this door panel. And once again, we're going to throw them in our nice little parts bags that we have organized. I'm imagining the front door might be a little bit different, so we'll see. But as far as this goes, it's just pulling those out. The front door will definitely have more harnesses in it because it's got the proximity. These came off of 392, so they're fully loaded. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go right up here to underneath the door handle. I like to use one of these little picks. I tried to use the plastic trim tools, didn't really work, but using a little pick, pops it right off and exposes another Torx bolt that's right under here. So this one is actually really crucial. At the bottom are as well, but you got to make sure that you get this one off to make sure you can pull the whole trim panel off of the door. So we're using a T30. This one's in there pretty tight. So this actually goes into a threaded insert on the inside of the panel. It's in there pretty tight. The next question I have for you guys is those little chrome pieces here and even the inside door handle. I'm thinking maybe just those chrome. Should we have those color matched too? Or the door handles? What else? Maybe I'll chat with the guys when we go visit. What else should we get color matched? Or should we just leave it? I don't know. You guys tell me. We do listen to you guys, so. This one actually on the front door has one extra here. Onyx, can you see that? It's right there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pop that without scratching the inside of the panel. Thanks, Onyx. All right, that's popped off, and there's another T25, looks like a T25 Torx screw right there. So that's the difference in the front. For the rear, there's a T25 or a T20 right underneath that little tiny cap. It's also important too to get the door panel removed before the weather stripping, because actually captured underneath here, there is a Christmas tree that's attached to the weather stripping. So that one screw will pull out, and we should be ready to pull the panel off, work our way around it, get the latch disconnected, and this one has the lock and unlock, so we'll have to pull that apart as well. All right, guys, so these are on pretty tight. Working our way around the edge. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. A little bit of tension. The noises are just for dramatic effect. So here you go, ladies and gents. The innards of Maryland blue crab, just like when you pop the back of the shell off. Now it's a half door. So as you can see, a little bit more going on. We do have some more harnesses. Let's see if we can't get these disconnected. There might be a little... Okay, so that's your power door lock. Oh, it's right there. There you go. That's all you had to do for that little guy.
What was it?
It was at the top. It's just, dude, look at how tiny.
Yeah.
Look at that. So this is the... Oh, this is for your mirror control. So your little, how you can adjust the mirrors. And then the last thing that you have is you've got these two little jobs right here. All right, so we're standing it up here. Basically, these two lines or these release latches, this top one is actually for the handle. So as you pull the outer part of the handle, and then this middle one, that's your door lock. So to get the handle one off first, grab a set of needle nose. Trying to all do it one-handed. And you should be able to pull this. That works a little easier. So this is just basically, if you guys have seen or have worked on any sort of inner door latch release, it's going to be the same setup. Basically, you just need to get your cord through this slot, and then that's completely free, so that'll completely move around for you. The lower one for the door, or for the actual lock, you can pop out of here, and then see there's your, we'll actually lock the door, and that'll just pull straight down and out. Your door panel is completely free. Set this aside in a safe place and bake for 40 minutes. So we're gonna focus on some of the harness before we pull the weather stripping off. There's two T30 bolts that hold on this footman loop, and we're gonna pull those off so that way they can paint there and we can reinstall it. I gotta tell you guys, I am like absolutely thrilled to get these painted. And I'm sorry if you have a black 392 or a black Wrangler or a black Gladiator and you really wanted a black set of doors, because I'm gonna be painting them high velocity. So it should be a one of one unique build. So we're just getting them all prepped. As you guys can see, I'm just really talking about how much time we're gonna save for the paint guys by putting these all aside and then doing it ourselves. I'll tell you, it's probably gonna be nerve-wracking when we go to reinstall everything, but let's get this harness pulled off too. Okay, your goal is to not break them like that. That's for your mirror. So what I'm trying to do is just kind of get everything tucked away. That way when they spray, it doesn't hurt any of the connectors. So that ought to be good. I'm just gonna tape the connector ends. That way we kind of eliminate the risk. I'm sure the guys at the paint shop will do the same. But that way we're not getting anything coated. Gotta be resourceful if you're paying, gosh, these half doors, Ryan, I was just talking to you, are like $5-6 grand to pick up. You gotta be resourceful if you wanna get them repainted. Taking out some of the work that the shop has to do is one of those ways. You can save a good amount of funds like that. You know, while we're here, we'll pull these last couple off. Because, you know, no, those didn't come off too bad. Just so we can tuck it all in there. So the weather strip, once you get the panels removed, you can see there's the Christmas tree clips. Gonna be holding that on. So there's one green one and then a black one up top. Then we're just gonna pull this all along the edge. We've got it loose, and then the same thing over on this side. We're gonna have just the one up top and one right along the side. And just like that. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping everything together as well. So we're just gonna wrap this up, put them in a box, and we have all the hardware. We've got all the front door bits, the actual mirror. We're just gonna set it aside, but the front door and the rear door is ready. We just got the other two to go. And that's how you remove all of the little bits on the JL half doors and get them ready for paint. All right, guys, well, we just dropped the doors off at the paint shop. Now, it really does take a couple calls to go around and get a good body shop that's willing to work with you. In our case, I had to call about 6 body shops. Most of them only wanted to do insurance work. Some wouldn't even touch it. And really, the fact of the matter is these are factory doors. So when he pulled up all the labor rates, he can pull up full doors or half doors and get them lined up on his system. So I'm not really sure why it was like that, but do your own due diligence. Go out and get a couple quotes before you pick someone. We decided to go with this place, Liddit's Collision, just because they were great on the phone, great in person. They're gonna do a fantastic job on the doors. Ryan's gonna drive the Jeep down on the day that they're actually painting them so they can do a couple spray panels and make sure that they perfectly match up with this Jeep. Now, guys, I did want to mention that this is part 1 of a 2-part series. So we wanted to show the disassembly, dropping them off at the paint shop, making sure that they're ready to go. The part 2 is gonna be inclusive of probably the whole painting process, and then also getting them all reinstalled and throwing them on the Jeep. We're extremely excited to show them in 2 parts because we know you guys like to see installs and you like to see how things work. This is going to be a great way for you to see the internals, see how much it costs. I'll let you know how much it costs at the end then too, and really just to see what the half doors all entail if you guys pick up a set for your Jeep. Till next time though, my name is Matt with Dirt Road Cred. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I want you to get out there and earn yours.